Ever notice how workbenches slowly forget their jobs? They start off as workspaces and slowly turn into storage. Well, today I'm going to show you the 3 mistakes that cause that. Spaces slowly forget their job. Let me show you what I mean. Have you ever organized the space and a week later it is right back to being a mess? Most people think that the problem is clutter, or they just think that they need to be better organized. But in most cases, this is not actually the problem. The real problem is that spaces slowly forget their job. In the last video, we talked about the idea that every surface needs one boss: work, storage, or support. But after reading the comments and talking to a few of you, I realized something interesting. Most people understand the idea, and they're still making the exact same 3 mistakes. And fixing them might be actually simpler than you think. In fact, one small thing in my shop solved most of them. Mistake number 1 is probably the most common. Work surfaces slowly become storage. It happens so gradual that you don't even notice it. A tool gets set down, quote, just for now. A box gets staged for the next project. I'll move that later. Maybe a pile of parts land there, temporarily, of course. And before long, the space that was supposed to help you work is now preventing work from happening. The fastest way to kill a workspace is to let storage creep into the work surface. And the moment this happens, work is no longer the boss of that area. Now, the second mistake is much more subtle. Storage creeps too close to the work zone. I see this happening on my miter saw station basically all the time. I'll start with one little pile in the corner, and before long, the whole surface is covered and cluttered. Storage creeps too close to the work zone. When storage lives inside the work area, something very predictable happens. It spills. Boxes get opened, tools come out, parts start staging there temporarily, and suddenly that work zone becomes a transition space for everything else. Storage isn't supposed to compete with work. It is supposed to support it from a distance. Storage needs a home. Work needs space. And when these two overlap, clutter wins every single time. Now, the third mistake is one that surprised me the most. Support surfaces quietly become shelves. Outfeed tables, rolling carts, side benches, tool crates. These surfaces exist for one reason. They exist to make work easier. But the moment that they start holding things permanently, they stop supporting work and they start competing with it. Support is meant to be temporary. The moment that it becomes permanent storage, the systems break down. This is actually why I keep a rolling cart inside of my shop, because sometimes you really do need a temporary place to put things while you're working. But instead of letting that pile land on a workbench or on a storage shelf, I put it on the cart. Now, this pile has a place to live. However, it has a place to live without stealing space from the work surface. And the best part of it is that it moves. Instead of clutter staying stuck in one spot, the cart goes wherever my work goes. It becomes, in a sense, a mobile support unit. This is what support is supposed to look like. And that one simple change solved a lot of the problems that people run into when they're trying to stay organized. Now, here's the part that most people miss. You actually are allowed to have a temporary pile, but it needs a rule. And I call this rule the reset rule. At the end of the day or the start of the next one, that pile has to go away, because temporary support is helpful, but permanent clutter is not. Now, this is why organizational systems fail. Again, it's not because you're lazy. It is not because you need more bins. And honestly, I don't even think it's because you're bad at organizing. It's because slowly spaces forget their job. Every surface needs one boss: work, storage, or support. And once you start seeing your shop this way, you realize something pretty quickly. Most spaces don't fail because they're messy. They fail because they're organized for the wrong job. Now, once you start thinking in this way, something interesting happens. You start looking at every surface differently. Not just the shop, but the garage, the kitchen, the living room. The list is unending, because once you understand the job of the space, you start realizing something else. that there are certain surfaces that almost always get this wrong, and they tend to be the ones that we use the most, which is why the next thing I want to look at is how the exact framework changes the way that I design the layout of my shop.
But my dad has a big vision for this through, which then takes to be all cleaned out once things